Welcome back to the Factor Uncensored. Black Friday has come to an end, but the shopping has not yet. We know you all are still planning to drop a few more dollars on Cyber Monday. We have Dan Parsons with the Better Business Bureau of Houston joining us tonight to talk about how you can avoid becoming a victim of scams out there.
Dan, when we are doing these transactions, say for Cyber Monday online, it's always key to see if you're using a secured website. I think you can see in the line when you are logging on and buying something, if it's encrypted, there's a lock there. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Exactly. And I think the bigger trick is if you're not up on the latest technology, talk to somebody who is. I mean, maybe you do a little buddy sharing and how you order things. And you're right, you're looking for the legitimate, real merchant sites that can show up. Another thing I would put out right now about this time of year, there will be some breaches. It happens. That doesn't mean you don't use that merchant or don't go with it, but just understand they might have had an issue. So maybe that's one where I would still go with credit cards. I think it's safer than cash. Well, but you could also revert around if they had brick and mortar and go on a cash basis. You know your money's gone in. You know that you got the item. So again, it's a vigilance thing, and it's getting. You just hit it perfectly. It's the third generation. It's the cyber generation. It's a different thing, and the bad guys that do this, let me tell you, they're already weeks ahead of us. You know, wait till return season. Wait till shock of bills in January. They're already getting ready for the next thing. But right now, you're right. This will be the week coming up where we'll see the biggest activity.
And should we use, if we're doing online purchasing or buying online, should we use credit cards or should we use that debit card?
All right, this is very simple. A debit card is cash. It's coming right out of your bank account. And there is very little recourse to come back on a debit card protest. Credit cards, you are protected under the Federal Trade Commission's truth in lending laws. Now, you can go charging wild and expect you're going to get it all back. But if there are merchant errors, fraud, you are much more highly protected. I mean, much more. So you just hit it on the head. A credit card is about the safest thing you can do unless you're doing a cash transaction with somebody you know locally that you're seeing getting the item right there. Those are always good. But the credit card, it's gold. It is. People don't know that. Debit card is easy. I'm taking it out of my account. Well, guess what? You just did. Credit card, lots of protections. The federal government, when they say they never help you, they helped you. Back in the 70s and 80s, they passed laws that allowed you to do chargebacks. And Isaiah, one very important word, fraudulent chargebacks. That's the word, the F word. When a merchant or credit card processor hears that word, suddenly it gets escalated way up. And traditionally you will win. Now, who loses? The merchant or the merchant bank loses, and ultimately we're going to lose because they're going to raise interest. We pay for it in the long run, but you won't pay for it